Mahabharata, Chapter 29, Krishna's Peace Mission, read by Nirvan Bajaj and Ekveer Bajaj. Mahabharata, Chapter 29, Krishna's Peace Mission. Vaishnapayan then continued, O monarch, having taken leave of Yudhishthir, Krishna set off on his peace mission for Hastinapur. And strange omens were seen on the occasion. Though there were no clouds, there was thunder and lightning. The sky was clear, and yet there was torrential rain. The rivers flowed upstream, the wells spewed out of their contents. But along the route taken by Krishna, nature was revealed in all its splendor and beauty. Wherever he went, he received an enthusiastic reception. Meanwhile, at Hastinapur, a spy presented himself before King Dhritarashtra. He said, O great king, Krishna is on his way here. Dhritarashtra immediately called Vidur and said to him,
O Vidur, we must spare no effort in giving a big welcome to Krishna. He is the foremost among men and worthy of worship. Have a grand mansion built on his way here. I will honor him with 16 golden chariots, 8 elephants, and many other precious gifts. I will personally go with all my sons and grandsons to welcome him. Duryodhana will not come with me.
Hearing this, Vidur said, O king, no doubt Krishna deserves all this. Indeed, he deserves the whole earth. But I know your mind. You do not really wish to honor him. The truth is that you think that you could bribe Krishna with your gifts and drive a wedge between him and the Pandavas. That, O king, will never be possible. Krishna will never accept any of your gifts. If you really wish to make him happy, agree to what he is coming here for a peaceful settlement between your sons and the Pandavas. Duryodhana said, O king, I do think you will not succeed in alienating Krishna from the Pandavas. Do not go too far to please him. He may think that we are afraid of him. But Bhishma interposed, We must pay heed to what Krishna says and accept his advice without question. He is virtuous as well as intransigent. But Duryodhana persisted, O grandsire, there is not the least likelihood of my sharing the kingdom with the Pandavas. Listen, everybody, to my plan. I want to imprison Krishna, on whom the Pandavas rely so much. Without him, the Pandavas and their allies will be easily overcome by us. To suggest how to go about my plan. Dhritarashtra was shocked. He said,
Oh, Duryodhana, never say such a thing again. Krishna comes to us as an ambassador and should be treated as such.
Bhishma said, O king, Duryodhana's hour has come. Disregarding the advice of his well-wishers, he chooses the path of destruction. I do not wish to hear any more of these ravings. And a furious Bhishma stalked out of the court. The next day, Krishna was given a warm welcome on his arrival at the court of Hastinapur.
Welcome to our abode, O Krishna.
And after some time, Krishna sat down and chatted with the chorus. After spending some time exchanging pleasantries with the chorus, Krishna went to pay his respects to Kunti, his paternal aunt and mother of the Pandavas. Her voice choked with grief, Kunti said to Krishna, How my sons never used to live of comfort in palatial mansions. How are they faring in the forest infested with such savage beasts? How is my virtuous Yudhishthir, and how is my powerful Bhima, who is easily aroused to anger? How is my Arjun, the dearly loved cousin and friend of yours? Are the twins in good health? And my dearest daughter-in-law, the beautiful Panchali, Draupadi, is she well? How she has suffered at the hands of the wild chorus. O Krishna, Never in my life have I ever felt as grieved as when I saw Draupadi being dragged into the Kaurav assembly and disgraced in front of everybody. Widowhood, poverty, dependence on charity and prolonged separation from my sons have caused me great suffering. I was distressed at my noble sons being driven into the forest and now they live even being deprived of their livelihood. We deserve happiness, O Krishna, after long years of agony. O Krishna, tell my sons that the time has come for them to show themselves as true Kshatriyas. Tell them, if they do not uphold their dharma now, I shall forsake them forever. Krishna consoled Kunti. O aunt, do not give in to despair. You have borne heroic sons. They are virtuous and wise. They will, before long, vanquish their enemies and become lords of the world. Thereafter, Krishna proceeded to Duryodhana's palace. Duryodhana greeted him. Welcome, O Krishna. O Krishna, do me the honor of sharing me with a meal. Krishna said, O Duryodhana, I must decline your invitation. Duryodhana said, O Krishna, you are impartial and wish us well as you do the Pandavas. Tell me, why do you refuse my hospitality? Krishna replied, O Duryodhana, and wars may eat only after they succeed in their mission. I will gladly accept your hospitality after my task has been successfully completed. Duryodhana said, O Krishna, whether or not you are successful, we want to make you happy. We are not hostile to you. The way you look upon us is unbecoming of you. Krishna rose and said, O Duryodhana, one accepts an invitation to a meal either out of friendship and goodwill or out of dire need. You have never by any act of yours inspired friendship in me, nor am I in extreme need for your food, which is defiled by your wickedness. So saying, he went to Vidur's place and took the food there. Later, Vidur said, I do not believe you have done the right thing in coming here. Duryodhana and his friends are evil. He will disregard your counsel. Do not go in their midst, O Krishna. Krishna replied, I know that, Vidur. I will strive with impartiality for the welfare of both sides, even if Duryodhana mistrusts me. I will have the satisfaction of having done my duty. I do not wish to be accused of not having attempted to stop a possible war. Next morning, Krishna arrived at the court of King Dhritarashtra to make proposals for a peaceful settlement of the Pandav-Kaurav rivalry. He said, O King, I come here to prevent bloodshed and destruction and to establish lasting peace between the Kauravas and the Pandavas. A great calamity is about to befall the Kauravas if steps are not taken to prevent it. The whole world will be destroyed. If you so desire, O Dhritarashtra, it is yet possible to prevent this destruction. You keep your sons under check and I will restrain the Pandavas. Thereby we will ensure this welfare on both sides. O King, peace with the Pandavas will be of benefit to you. If you restore their kingdom to them and honor them as before, you will continue to rule the earth under their protection. They are even respectful to you, in spite of the fact that you have been unjust to them. They seek your protection and are ready to serve you, but they will fight for their rights. So do what you deem fit. The whole assembly listened to Krishna's proposal in respectful silence. Dhritarashtra then finally spoke.
O Krishna, there is truth and wisdom in your words, but alas, I am unable to check my son. It is for you now to bring him on to the right path.
Krishna replied, O Duryodhana, listen to me, for I speak for the good of you and your kin. You are born of a race of distinguished for wisdom and valor. You are learned and have excellent qualities. You should not act unrighteously. But unrighteousness has always been associated with you. Your obstinacy is neither right nor reasonable. It is destructive and will defeat your purpose. Although you have always played foul with the Pandavas, they have never borne ill will. You must reciprocate their good intentions. You wish to obtain this kingdom through improper means, and for this You rely greatly on Dushashan and Shakuni, but they cannot help you to gain knowledge or wealth, nor in the pursuit of dharma. Also, they are no match for the valor of the Pandavas. Look at your sons, brothers and kinsmen. Let them not perish on your account. Make peace with the Pandavas. It will be to your everlasting good. The Pandavas will make you the Yuvaraj, the crown prince, and your father Dhritarashtra will remain the king. Duryodhana, do not turn down this opportunity of preserving your wealth and well-being. Give away half your kingdom to the Pandavas and reign in peace. Bhishma said, Krishna speaks the truth. Do not ignore the words of Dhritarashtra. Save yourself from the sin of destruction of your race and plunging your parents into sorrow. Drona said, Krishna and Bhishma are right. Do not rely on people with a low level of intelligence. Do not despise Krishna, O Duryodhana. Then Vidur said, I do not feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for your aged parents who will become helpless and insecure on your account. Like beggars, they will roam the earth in deep sorrow. Hearing all this, Duryodhana said to Krishna, How unjust that each of you should find fault with me alone. There's nothing reprehensible in my behavior. I did not force Yudhishthira to play dice. The property they lost by playing the game was returned to them. If they lost again, how am I to blame? Why do they wish to kill us? The kingdom bequeathed to me by my father will never be given away so as long as I am alive. While King Dhritarashtra is alive, we and the Pandavas should live peacefully without resorting to an armed conflict. Out of fear and ignorance, I gave to the Pandavas what was never theirs. But now I will not give them even that much land as can be pierced by the point of needle. Krishna replied, his eyes flashing with anger, Duryodhana, the truth is that you got Shakuni to play a deceitful game, and you have always played foul with the Pandavas. You wish for the death of heroes, then you shall have it. Soon there will be a fearful slaughter of the callers at the hands of the great Pandavas. Dushasan said, O Duryodhana, I suspect that if you do not give that to Krishna as a proposal, then you, Karna, and I will be bound hand and foot and turned over to the Pandavas. Duryodhana rose, speechless with rage, and without a word, he stalked out of the court, followed by all his brothers and counsellors. After Duryodhana and his army had gone, Krishna said to the others, Listen to me, O venerable men of the Kuru race. For the greater good of all, each must learn to sacrifice a little of his own. Arrest Duryodhana, make peace with the Pandavas and save the Kshatriyas from destruction. Dhritarashtra said,
Vidur, please bring Gandhari here. Perhaps he will be able to persuade my son to follow the right path.
Gandhari was brought back to the court, and Dhritarashtra said to her,
O Gandhari, your wicked son is bent upon being about total destruction. Disregarding the advice of elders, he has insulted all of us by stalking about out without a word.
Gandhari replied, O king, you indulge your son too much and are hence responsible for the present situation. On the Dhritarashtra's instruction, Vidur summoned Duryodhana back into court. When Duryodhana arrived, Gandhari said to him, O Duryodhana, listen to me, for I speak for your welfare. It is true that Kripa, Bhishma and Drona will employ their full might against the Pandavas because they love the Pandavas as much as they love you. They may fight on your side and die on the battlefield because they have been your dependents, but they will never despise Yudhishthira. Before Gandhari could finish, Duryodhana once again stormed out of the court. Then he got together with Shakuni, Karna and Dushasan and hatched the conspiracy. He told them, before Krishna, Bhishma and Dhritarashtra have us arrested, we must take Krishna captive. It will demoralize and paralyze the Pandavas. The astute Satyaki foresaw the scheme. He called Kritavarman and said, Get our troops ready for battle. Meanwhile, I shall inform Krishna of the conspiracy. Satyaki then entered the court of court and announced, I just came to know that Duryodhana, Shakuni, Karna and Dushasana are planning to take the unconquerable Krishna captive. Krishna said, O king, your son believes he can take me prisoner. I can take all Kauravas prisoners single-handed. But rest assured, I shall not do anything dishonorable. Now, O king, that I can wish, if I wish, hand over this kingdom to Yudhishthir here and now. How long will it take me to seize your sons and turn them over to Yudhishthir? Duryodhana was brought back to court. Krishna addressed him. O Duryodhana, you are mistaken if you believe that I am alone and without power. Look at me. And Krishna revealed himself in his celestial form before an awestruck court. All the gods and asuras were with him. His head was shone with sunlight, and he, in his hand, held the mighty discus. Seeing his divine form, the gods showered flowers from above. The whole earth trembled and the oceans became agitated. Then, assuming his normal form, Krishna rose and walked out of the court. At the gate, Dhritarashtra addressed Krishna.
O Krishna, you have seen the power I wield over my sons. You have seen with your own eyes how I have made every effort to bring about peace.
Krishna replied, all of you have seen Duryodhana's improper behavior. Now even Dhritarashtra pleads his inability to restrain his son. With your permission, I will now go back to Yudhishthir. Then Krishna went and paid his respects to Kunti. He told her, O aunt, we tried in vain to persuade Duryodhana for a peaceful understanding, but he refused to see reason. I am now going back to your sons. Do you have any message for them? Kunti said, tell Yudhishthir, the kingdom that rightfully belongs to him lies in the hands of the enemy. He must try every means to recover it, if not by consolation, generosity, then by inciting dissension in his ranks or by inflicting punishment. Tell him that he must fight since that is in accordance with his dharma, or else he will bring disgrace to the family's name. O Krishna, tell the mighty Arjun that the time has come to vanquish his enemies in battle and win back the kingdom. You know Bhima's mind. He will not rest till he has destroyed his foes. Tell Draupadi that I am pleased with her for her being faithful to her husbands and for treating all of them impartially. O Krishna, what grieved me even more than the Pandavas losing the kingdom was the way in which Draupadi was disgraced in the assembly. Remind the Pandavas of that shameful incident. Remind them about the cruel insults we suffered at their hands and rose their ire. Look after my sons and Draupadi, O Krishna. Krishna said, O noble lady, I shall deliver your message to the Pandavas and Draupadi. And with that he left. And taking Karna with him, Krishna departed for Upalavya. Back at the court of Hastinapur, Bhishma said to Duryodhana, O Duryodhana, you must have heard Kunti's message to the Pandavas. They will never disobey her words. Therefore, O king, make peace with the Pandavas and save the earth from conflict. Yudhishthir is your elder brother. He is virtuous and affectionate towards you. Hand over the kingdom to him. If you do not listen to our words of wisdom, Arjun will destroy your army. Then Drona said, I love Arjun even more than I love my own son, Aswadhama. Alas, I will have to fight with him in accordance with my dharma. I entreat you, O Duryodhana, there is no need for war. Make peace with those heroes and for the prosperity and well-being of the whole Kuru race. But the entreaties of Bhishma and Drona fell upon deaf ears. Duryodhana glowered at them and refused to say a word in reply. Dhritarashtra said to Sanjaya,
O Sanjaya, I hear that Krishna took Karna with him in his chariot and went out in the city. Tell me, O Sanjaya, what Krishna spoke to Karna and what Karna said in reply.
Sanjaya replied, Then listen, O king, while I recount the dialogue between Krishna and Karna. Krishna told him, O Karna, you are the son of Kunti, born to her when she was a maiden. You are thus the eldest among the Pandavas. Forsake Duryodhana and join your brothers, the Pandavas. You are the son of Kunti Karna. Krishna continued, proceeding this very day with me, let us go and break the good news to the Pandavas. They will willingly accept you as their king and ruler. With the powerful Pandavas and my Vrishni people for your allies, your fame will spread far and wide and gladden the heart of your mother Kunti. Karna said, O Krishna, what you just said was known to me. I am morally the son of Pandu. Kunti, while still a maiden, bore me by the grace of Surya, the sun god. Having thus borne me, she abandoned me without thinking about my welfare. The charioteer Adhirath took me home, and he and his wife Radha cared for me as if I were their own son. My foster parents carried out all my rights, connected my infancy, childhood, and your youth according to the scriptures. The bonds of affection between them and me are too strong to be broken. By the grace of Duryodhana, I have been the sovereign of a kingdom for the past many years. He came to my help in my hour of need. Relying upon me, he has challenged the Pandavas. How can I desert him now? In the ensuing battle, I have chosen Arjun as my sole combatant. If I back out now, it would be dishonorable for both of us. But O Krishna, do not tell the Pandavas that I am their elder brother, for then Yudhishthir will never accept the kingdom. He will give it to me, and I will turn it over to Duryodhana in gratitude. The great war to be fought at the sacred spot of Kurukshetra will be the cause of great achievements, which will be repeated and retold generation after generation. Then Krishna said, O Karna, you do not wish to rule the earth with the Pandavas and myself as your allies. Go then back to Kauravas and tell them that the present month is auspicious for battle. Karna said, O Krishna, you know the past, present and future. You know that all Kauravas and myself are to be destroyed. If we come out of this great battle alive, then we shall meet again here on earth. Otherwise, certainly we shall meet in heaven. Karna then fondly embraced Krishna and left for Hastinapur. After a few days, Kunti met Karna while he was bathing in the river. She told him that he was her son and Surya, the sun god's son. She pleaded him to join the Pandavas and make an alliance with them rather than being with Duryodhana. To this, Karna replied, O mother, how can I betray a friendship? Duryodhana is relying on me to vanquish the Pandavas. I cannot carry out your wishes. However, I will make you one single promise. Though I can easily slay Yudhishthir, Bhima, Nakul and Sahadev in single combat, I will not do so. My target is Arjun alone. Either he perishes or I will. Thus, the number of your sons will always remain 5. Kunti sadly bade him farewell. Then, O monarch, Krishna met the Pandavas at Upalavya. Yudhishthir asked him, O Krishna, tell us all about that happened at the court of the Dhritarashtra. What did you say to Duryodhana? What was his reaction and that of the elders? Krishna said, O Yudhishthir, I made an appeal to Duryodhana's reason, but he laughed scornfully. Incensed at this, Bhishma chided him and exhorted him to surrender half the kingdom to you. Even Drona tried, but Duryodhana would not yield. The words of Dhritarashtra and Gandhari also proved in vain. Duryodhana then told his supporters, Get ready for war. We march this very day to Kurukshetra. And then the troops marched out with Bhishma at their head. This, then, is what happened at the court of Hastinapur. I have done all I could to avert a war. I tried to instill terror into the heart of Duryodhana by assuming my cosmic form. I cajoled him. I rebuked him, but to no avail. The Kauravas are now preparing for war. And thus ends the 29th session of our rendering of Vaishampayan's recital of Vyasa's immortal Ithihasa, the Mahabharata. Stay tuned for Mahabharata chapter 30, and it is called The War Begins. Please subscribe to this channel, like, share and comment on this video. Thank you and Namaste.